motorcycle rally down there.
I guess. And we're at the
Cracker Barrel right there. We have a nice spot right there. Boy, are you happy?
Yes.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Here we are on the porch at Cracker Barrel having, I guess, a light dinner.
What do you call it?
We have house salad, and we have the loaded baked potato, which basically has little veggies on it, and sour cream and bacon bits. And it's probably about 73 degrees out here in the shade. It's nice, really nice. Okay, bon appetit. Stony Brook Campground. There's probably a very good reason why they call it that. There's a Stony Brook running alongside of it. Dinner.
Yes.
We have, like we had said before, corn.
Corn.
We bought a big tomato each and some sirloin, which I must admit, no matter where we go outside of where we live, it's always a lot more compared to where we are in Maine. Now, it doesn't mean that Maine stuff is cheap, but the steaks are probably 30, 40, 50% more. So, taste test?
Yes.
Taste test?
Taste test.
Taste it and test it. We're gonna eat and we'll get back to you. You know, this is the first fire we've had on this trip.
Yes, that's true.
Wanted to have at least one, and when you think about it, this is really the first. We stayed out of the campground with Pigeon Forge, but I didn't see anybody else. I saw one person with fire, but it was hot, and we had long days, and we just came in and ate and kind of relaxed a little bit and went to bed.
Yes.
The other days we're stuck in the motel or traveling or something. So this is the first state park campground, which is where we usually stay, is state park campgrounds. And this is the first one on this trip. It was kind of an unusual trip with the breakdown of the truck and everything.
Yes.
Some people ask us about our camping and the fact we just don't go camping and live in nature and live in the woods. And I can understand why they ask that, but for us, there's a reason. A lot of people, we were just talking about that too.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to live by the water. Oh, I want to live in a place in the ocean. I want to live in a lake, or I want to go up in the mountains and live by a roaring brook. And so people, if they can't do that, you can get a camper. Heck, you can get a tent. And there are plenty of places to do that. Right over there is the brook. But we already live that way, so I guess we probably kind of take it for granted, maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of feel we do sometimes. We live on a very long, large lake. It's 4.5 miles long in Maine. And
So we'd like to see other the way people live and stuff like that, instead of just camping. We camp for the adventure, going out, and just seeing people.
yeah. And, if you look out our 12-foot long sliding door, you see a big lake. And I haven't lived there all my life, but, it's been a family camp at least since the 60s. So, long before I was born, or right around the time, I guess. And family lived there after a while, and now we do. We have it. And we live there. We've been there since 2001. So we've been there quite a while. We have a small cottage that's been we completely renovated years ago.
Yes.
And it's just really comfortable and really nice. So to say, hey, let's pick up stakes and go find a place by the water to camp, doesn't have quite the same meaning, Joyce?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. So hence our camping is a bit different, and we built this trailer to reflect that. It packs up quickly, and we like to go.
Go.
Sometimes we go every day, sometimes we go every other day or so. But there's a reason we put 40,000 miles on this camper, and even more miles when you consider the teardrop we had, the sky teardrop. We've been to most of the major state parks and presidential libraries, and we've gone down in caves and you name it.
Yep.
And we traveled, and we've seen the whole country. You can't see the whole country.
Not the whole country.
You couldn't live long enough to do that, but we've been to all the places where we could see the whole country at that time. Yeah. Our trips are anywhere from 2 or 3 weeks, like this one is, to 2 or 3 months.
Yes.
The one we did in 2010, we made a complete loop of the country. That took a couple, 3 months, and then we've spent a month or two just going out, mostly out west in one angle or another, and then coming back. Done that a few times. Been down south a couple of times along the Gulf Coast,
Yeah.
and then shorter trips out like this one. Just Tennessee was as far as we went from Maine.
Yes, we went to see Dollywood,
Yeah.
and that was really a good place to go.
Yes, definitely. And it's one of the few major theme parks we hadn't been to.
Yeah.
So that was crossed off. There aren't too many left. We haven't been to Disneyland. It's in California. We've been to Disney World. But anyway, we like roller coasters. So our traveling has to do literally with traveling. We do some camping. We used to do a lot of camping. We started, like I think we told them in the last video, in 1980 with our honeymoon, camping, and we brought when the kids were born. I mean, I remember you changing a diaper on pretty much a newborn in the back of the trunk of our old Chevelle
Yes.
in a campground, remember?
Yeah.
Go camping. And baby would sleep in the tent with us. And then when the kids got a little older, we started backpacking. Danielle was 5, 4, and Jennifer was about 5, 5.5, and we got them little backpacks. We put a down sleeping bag in each one, but it wasn't very heavy, but it filled it. We thought it was a big deal. And we took off on the Appalachian Trail for a 4-mile hike. We camped, and we came out, camped near one of the lean-tos. Then we did a lot of backpacking after that. We had all the equipment, we had all the stuff. And we went anywhere from, when the kids got older, anywhere from maybe 10 or 15 to 30-mile hikes at a time. My brother and my nephew and I did the 100-mile wilderness once. But we kind of like section hiked small portions of the Appalachian Trail in New England.
That's me. I
for
did
the most part.
sections.
Well, we all section hike. If you don't section hike, it means you start from Georgia and you go all the way to Mountain Cotton. So we hike sections and smaller ones. And you just didn't do the 100-mile wilderness. You came on all the others, though. Yeah. I never went without you except for that one. Ever. So there. Old mountain woman.
I'm not a mountain woman, no.
No.
No. But I did enjoy going sometime.
It was sometimes. it was good. We had good equipment, and the kids liked it, and they've done hiking since then in various areas of the country. And of course they got little babies now, little kids. So just like us, it kind of puts you on hold a little bit. It makes you a car camper again. And then maybe when they get older, maybe they'll be doing the same thing. In fact, you kind of count on it probably. They'll be doing some hiking.
Yes.
Someplace. So we kind of like left that legacy to the kids, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. About 3.5 hours away from being back to my daughter's in eastern New York State. We'll stay with her in the evening, and the next day we'll take off and go home. And that's a 4.5 hour trip between her house and ours. Okay, I don't know if I'm able to put all this in because there's a whole lot of fumbling and like, no, we didn't. Yeah, where were we? I don't know where we were. Oh, God. Well, my doctor once told me, he said, if you lose your keys, don't worry. Everyone does that. And as you get older, you might do it more and more. He said, when you find them and you don't know what they're for, that's when you're in trouble. So, yep, I do know keys are for eating with, right? Yeah. So, in the future, what we have in a couple of weeks, we have a music festival, a reggae festival at Thomas Point Beach. We have a video way back someplace here of being at Thomas Point Beach with our daughters, and also another one with the Bluegrass Festival that happens at Labor Day. But this is a reggae festival. It's smaller, and it's only 2 nights and 1 full day. So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
So we'll go home, clean up the camper, let it sit a week, and then we'll be heading out again. But and it's only about an hour and a half from our house, so it's we don't even consider it a trip, you know. And we and then in the fall, the plan is around maybe the second, third week of August. We're going to head up Maine and cross the Canadian border into Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And travel through Nova Scotia, which we haven't been to in about 30 years. Been to Quebec, but not Nova Scotia.
Nope.
The last time we went to Nova Scotia was when the kids were about 5 years old. Remember, in the truck?
Yeah.
And they're in their late 30s now, so we're talking at least 30 years.
At least.
And then the goal this time around is to go up to Newfoundland, which will be taking a 6.5-hour ferry with the camper and the truck and us over to Newfoundland. And it's a very, very large piece of land and relatively remote. I mean, there are towns, there's people and stuff, but you know, it looks almost Icelandic to me. We're going to spend hopefully a fair amount of time there.
Yes.
I think. We've been to Nova Scotia before. We've been to Prince Edward Island, you know.
Yes.
Yes. And some other provinces in Quebec. But we've never been up to Newfoundland. And I've always wanted to go, and we just never did.
That's true.
But so those are the plans
You have.
for the summer, and the rest of it will just be enjoying the lake, because I hate to take off in the middle of the summer to go very far, because that's when the best time is where we live. And we try to do things in the fall, but try to save summer. We're in a great place for it already.
Yes, that's true.
So, are you ready to enjoy the summer?
Yes.
Enjoy the reggae festival?
Yes.
And then head to Canada. Canada.
Yes.
In the fall.
Maybe.
Maybe. She always says that, but she always loves it when we go. Particularly those really good roller coasters.
Oh.
No roller coasters where we're going.
I know. I know.